Hello YouTube. When I was playing around with AC compressor, I noticed that I had noise. What the noise is? The idler pulley on the belt tensioner. If you can hear that when you spin it, it's all rough. How'd I figure out was that when you have a noise in your accessory, you know, sometimes people think, oh, it's just a belt, it's just a belt. No way. When you have the belt off, though, when you're inspecting the belt, spin each pulley. Spin them. Quiet. 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 This thing, noisy. So, what we're going to do, instead of buying a new belt tensioner, I have a collection of bearings. Don't do that, break it. But we're going to have a made in Korea. Look at that, this is your problem. But I have a collection of bearings, so I'm going to go knock this bearing out. I'm going to go make sure that it's pretty much seated the same way as it is over here. We're going to put a nice quality used bearing in that's probably made in Canada. It's not screwed up like this one. Now what I opted to do, this bearing might blow out into a million pieces and we might not be able to even get it out of this pulley. So what I did for now is I put on the actually original belt tensioner pulley, which I've saved because it was still good. So we put that on, a little different design, but the bearing end is still good. So we're going to run with that. Now we're going to try to play with taking this bearing out of here, if I get that bearing out of there. Now, when you're in need for a bearing, how do you match it up? Yeah, you can measure it, you can do that, but sometimes when you measure it, your sizes are going to be wrong. So you really have to look on the internet. You look on the seal of the bearing, there's always writing on it. It's being that this camera kind of sucks that you can't see it, but it reads 6203 RS. The RS really isn't important, but the 6203 is. So you go in there and type it in Google, 6203 bearing, then you're going to find some specs on it. It's the bearing I need, made by SKF, made by varying companies, but here we go right here, SKF 6203. Size, bore diameter, which is the center of your bearing, 17 millimeter. Checked it? It is. Outside diameter, 40. It is. Width, 12. Matches up. So that's what you need. Easy as that when you need a bearing. Don't change the whole pulley, just change the bearing. It's cheaper. You can get these for like $5. Whole pulley, and sometimes $30.